So what is going on, guys? NandoPrince93 here with another video, and before we get started, so as you guys know, I made a video reviewing the iBlason add-on case, which is like the protector to hold your Apple Pencil 2 in place when you're traveling, so you make sure you don't lose it. And the reason I got that is because I lost my Apple Pencil 2, or at least I thought I did, and lo and behold, I bought another one. And last night I actually found that Apple Pencil when I was cleaning, underneath the sofa, right? So I found the Apple Pencil. So what I'm going to do is, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I'm going to put it down here, and whichever one comes first, 5,000 subs or 500 Twitter followers, whichever one comes first, I'll do a giveaway for the Apple Pencil 2. So the Apple Pencil 2 will work with any of the new iPad Pros, so the 11-inch and the 12.9. So here it is, guys, and I'll give away the newer one, so you guys don't have to deal with the dusty one that was underneath the sofa. And it still has a box, still has everything. I'm just throwing that out there. Again, it's NandoPrince93 for Twitter, and then you guys know, if you guys are watching this, and just sub to the channel, that would be awesome. And then also, I want to shout out my boy Alex from Spectre. So he's a relatively new YouTuber. He inspired me to make my iPad Pro What's a Computer video, and he's kind of been blowing up, so I'll leave his info in the description below, and I'll screenshot his channel right over here. His content is awesome, his cinematography is awesome, so big shout out to him. But let's get into the video. Hopefully you guys didn't get too bored with that intro. But basically we're going to talk about iPadOS 13.4 and what to expect from it, because yesterday the developer beta came out. Hopefully the public beta will come out either later today, maybe tomorrow, hopefully by the end of this week, fingers crossed, and I'm going to play around with it. But there's a few key features, no pun intended, you guys will find out why. There's a few key features that I want to touch on, and then also a feature that isn't as big, but I think it's a great foreshadow into the future and what Apple's ecosystem is going to look like a couple years down the road, right? So the first one is more of an iPhone feature, actually, because it involves your car, and people don't use their iPad as a walk-around device, really, like in your pocket. Something called Car Key. And basically what that does is it allows you to control your car that has CarPlay, right? So you can start your car, essentially, change the temperature inside the car and use your phone as a key, as you would, like if you own a Tesla. They're trying to bring that over to as many cars as possible with this new feature. And again, it's pretty much just in beta. I haven't been able to figure out how to use it or what cars it works for or anything like that. So, stay tuned to make sure, because I'm gonna make a follow-up video when it actually does come out for all of you guys. So make sure to subscribe to figure out what Car Key really does, right? And one of the main features that did come out was this promise that Apple made with iPadOS 13.0 was folder sharing within iCloud, right? So if you guys use G Drive, so the Google Suite, if you guys use the Microsoft Suite with OneDrive, Dropbox, Box, any of these cloud storage platforms, they allow you to share those folders, right? So basically what you do is you right-click on the folder, press share, you can choose what security measures you want to share it with, so like only viewable or that person can edit it and view it and things like that, and then you just shoot them an email with the link, right? Or a text with that link to give them access to that folder. So now iCloud is finally bringing that over, or Apple is finally bringing that over to the files for the iCloud folders. So let's say, let's go down the road and let's say I have a team of people editing a bunch of different videos and editing a bunch of different clips of the same video. Now I can share a folder with them and kind of have it into one ecosystem hub where we can all view, edit, and touch on all those files together, and then eventually bring something all in one. So it's a great collaboration tool, and it's something that's been missing from files to really give it that final step forward for a file system manager, especially in the cloud, right? So that was a big one that I really, really liked, and I'm going to be using that a lot more, especially with my wife and I. We're planning our honeymoon in Italy, and we want to share files and where we're staying, where we're going, how we're getting from point A to point B to point C, and things like that. So it's just another way to kind of keep everything natively within iOS, and you don't have to go to a third party. And there goes Apple again, cannibalizing their own app store, which in their own right they should. Another smaller one, for people that are into the Memoji scene, which I'm really not, they added 9 new Memojis. So I think there's one with like the cross, another guy on an Apple computer, and then a couple other ones. They had the emojis already, but they had the emojis for those symbols already, but now you can use it with, I think it's your Animoji or Memoji, whatever they call it now. So now there's 9 new ones, right? And then three quick ones. There's now a family sharing option within Apple TV and Apple TV Plus, so it's easier to share your account with your family members and keep that within that 6-person threshold, and being able to manage that a lot easier. There's also new ways to interact with your Photos application when it comes to creating folders, removing pictures, deleting pictures, moving pictures. And there's basically new shortcuts that were added to the Folders app, or to the Pictures app. And then finally, which is I think one of the most important ones, again, for the foreshadowing. Basically, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but when you go into the App Store, sometimes these, especially for like media and cinematography applications, companies come out with bundles of apps, right? So instead of buying each app for $5 and there's 5 apps and spending $25, you can now spend $15 and get all 5 of the apps for one fee and get it as a bundle, right? You know, I've seen a lot of, like I said, a camera app, like the Moment app that comes with the Moment editor, that comes with the Moment video, you know what I mean? So it all kind of bundles together. So we've seen that bundle format for a while within the App Store, but now what we can do is, let's say you have an app that has a macOS counterpart, right? So let's say you have a mail app like Spark, for instance, right? You have to separately download it. I mean, luckily Spark is free, but there are other mail applications where you pay for the iPhone version, the iPad version, and then the macOS version. And that's just 3 things that you're pretty much paying triple for the same exact service. What they're doing now is they're allowing developers to basically bundle in their iPad, iPhone, and macOS, software application under one price. And what that means is that now everything is playing a lot nicer together, right? So what we started to notice is that I think Apple at one point is going to start putting their A15X Bionic, whatever they're going to call it next. Instead of using Intel chips, they're going to start using their own proprietary processors in their Apple computers, which then makes that cohesiveness within, that iOS, iPadOS, macOS ecosystem just that much better. So then you'll be able to just drag and drop files and move them around, and like the UI doesn't change. Like basically being able to use, like having a macOS, almost like Sidecar, but being able to still have iPadOS on one thing, macOS on the other screen, but still being able to drag and drop that same application because the UI is exactly the same, the functionality is exactly the same. So there's this marriage that's about to happen where everything just kind of goes into everything is going to funnel into one operating system, and that's what the future is going to be, guys. So I think that's a great feature. Obviously, for right now, it's not a big deal because maybe it just saves you money at the end of the day, but it's basically foreshadowing and forecasting to have everything fall under one umbrella and funnel into one operating system, which I think is going to be the future, because at that point then maybe you do only need an iPad because you can finally use an external monitor as a second monitor and not just as a mirrored monitor. Your iPad might be able to adjust the different aspect ratios like macOS already does. So I hope that we're going to get to a point where we pick and choose the best from iPadOS, the best from iOS, and the best from macOS, and just create one operating system that can run on all these different devices. So that's my 2 cents, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll definitely make a video following up when it actually does come out and get to play with it for a little while, but from what I've seen people testing, it's working well, especially the folder sharing portion, which was a big update for 13.4, because otherwise I think they would have just made it another 13.3 point something iteration. The 0.4 is there because the folder is a big deal. The folder sharing is a pretty big deal. So that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. Again, this is my Twitter handle right here, at NandoPrince93. 500 followers there or 5,000 subs here equals Apple Pencil Gen 2 brand new, barely used giveaway. So until next time, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.